everybody.
Okay, good morning. Hi, Chen, George Realty, and hope you had a nice weekend. A lot of happened in terms of the tariff war, and a lot of unpredicted thing happens, and everybody was so confused. I have a lot of agents asking me, "Well, what are we going to do about this?" I said, "Calm down. It's not the end of the world. I think we have gone through that." In a smaller scale before, and then we are okay with that. This time is, of course, this kind of going into global, but I think gradually everything will be settled down. But during this time, it's good to take care of your clients, make sure that and then you support them. Make sure that you explain to them what your situation is, and this is the time that they really need expertise help, and you are the one who can help them. So this is a good time. It's an opportunity for you instead of kind of moaning what is going to happen about the tariff and stuff like that. Of course, everybody is the same as confusing or confused as you are. And nobody has a crystal ball, and we just have to be patient and wait. Okay, enough for this, and I hope everybody is doing well going into the week. And we do have a highlight, affiliate highlight today with John Wax, and he's going to talk about the expansion of the map, the fire map, and how we can cope with that, and then all the things about the NHD. But we'll come back to him later after we introduce all the affiliates. I think we have a few affiliates in the room, right?
Yes, I'll point the camera towards them.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
I think we do have a new affiliate, Andrew Chen
Yes.
from Central Escrow, right?
Me?
There he is, Andrew.
Yeah, that's
Hi,
Andrew
everyone.
Chen. And welcome, Andrew. And I hope thank you for the pitch to two.
Yeah,
A little
thank
bit
you.
of it, and thank you for coming to the meeting in person. So why don't you introduce yourself, and so we can know you.
Okay, so hi everyone. First of all, thank you, Peter and Michelle, for including me in this meeting. It's an honor to be here. So I'm Andrew Chan. I'm the Business Development Executive at Central Escrow Group, where we have 7 locations throughout LA, Orange County. We have great escrow officers. They can handle any question, anything you guys need. As for me, I'm the business development, so I'm here to help you guys grow in any way. Just like Peter was saying, now the market is changing, we have to do things to kind of set ourselves apart from others. So if there's anything, people you see out there, you see other realtors are doing it, or you have any ideas, or just even want to come up with a marketing plan, that is something I would love to meet with you all for. So please feel free to reach out anytime. And next time, more people should come. I brought a bunch of portals.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you very much.
And who's ever next, come on up.
Hello.
You.
Good morning, everyone. Adrina Becerri with the Exchange Resources. Thank you again for allowing us to come up and say hello and join your meeting today. Remember, April 15th is tax day. Even though a lot of people might have noticed there's an extension to October 15th, but still people are finishing up their taxes, and some of them are wondering why they didn't do a 1031 exchange, why they didn't explore it. So you have any investors, please keep in mind 1031 exchanges and let us talk to them, and they might just qualify and save a lot of money on capital gains. Have a wonderful day, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea. Thank you very much. Did somebody feel the earthquake?
Yes, we all
Yes.
felt it.
Oh my goodness.
I got a text
We didn't feel it.
notification.
I'm in the San Fernando Valley. I didn't feel it, but my alert came on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Scary.
I got it here.
Oh my God.
That's just my
Everybody's
preamble
safe.
for my speaking.
Okay,
Oh,
we have,
San Diego.
we have Yolanda.
Okay.
Go ahead. We're gonna have Yolanda introduce herself.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, High 10 Partners, George Realty. I hope everybody had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. It's hard to follow an earthquake, but I'll try. Anyhow, I agree what you say, Peter, the tariffs, this, that, but you know what? We survived a pandemic. We've survived so many cycles and so many other things globally and just here within the United States that, you know what? Somebody always has to buy and sell, always.
Yeah.
So keep going. Sometimes I just turn off the news. I don't even listen. I just keep going. Love it. Again, it's still a great time to prospect. Please contact all your past clientele, all your sphere of influence, everybody, because you will get business. Please contact me, Yolanda Martinez Arenas, WFG National Title Company, for your farms or prospecting ideas. And from my family to yours, I want to wish you a wonderful and beautiful Easter weekend. Thank you so much. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day. Thanks.
Thank you, Yolanda. I like your attitude and thank you for the support. Thank you very much. And then that's all the affiliate in the training
Yeah,
room,
we
right?
have all the affiliates.
Okay, and then let's go to the Zoom. Nicole, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning. Happy Monday. Thank you, Peter and Michelle, for allowing us all to join you each week. You know, I'm going to share also what Yolanda, I was listening to a Zoom last week with Keeping Current Matters and Tom Ferry. The headlines do more to terrify than clarify. That is one thing that I took away. Right now is the single best time to buy property because you have less competition, and the same with stocks. When they drop, time to get in. And so if you're needing ideas, let me know. For those of you that are taking advantage of our Fidelity Agent app to calculate seller and buyer net sheets, there's some fantastic calculators in there, as well as other premium features. I'd love to sit down with you and share. Please remember, Nicole and Yvonne, Fidelity National Title, wishing you all a beautiful and blessed Easter. And I just have to share, I'm excited because I'm going to be baptized next Sunday on Easter, along with my husband.
Congratulations.
I just have to share,
Wow.
yes. Yes.
Hey,
So thank you
congrats.
all.
Congrats.
Have a beautiful day.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Okay, let's go with Nancy. Nancy, good morning. You're a little bit late today. Unusual for you.
I felt the earthquake walking. Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, team. It's a great time in Southern California. We still have the best weather. And I have talked to friends that come here just for the weather. So there's a lot of activities. You know, I've gone to several open houses during the weekend. There's a lot of people still, you know, looking. So it's not up to the market. I think that Peter and I know there's a lot of people making a lot of money in the bad market, and there's a lot of people that didn't make any money during a good market. So it's entirely up to you. You know, how you react to what's happening is the key to your success. Lawyer's title, Nancy Chan. I lasted 42 years thinking positive. Okay, so that's the way to go. Thank you, guys. Let me know what I can help you with. I'm here for you. Thank you, Peter, Michelle, everybody.
Thank you, Nancy. I always like your thinking. You're always unique thinking. That's good. Okay, thank you. All right, next is Sage. How are you, Sage?
I'm doing well. Just happy to be here. Happy Monday, everyone. I'm not going to touch too much on anything just because out of respect for my competitor, John, he's going to talk to you about all the changes with the fire zones coming out. And I hope everyone has a terrific day. Thank you again. Sage Gomez with my NHG.
Good. Thank you so much, Sage. Okay, I think that's all the affiliates for today. Hello, Carol, you have something to say? If not, then please mute yourself. All right.
Bye.
Okay, now we come to John Wax. As you know, everybody don't knows John, and he's very nice guy, amicable, and always jubilant. So, and he has a lot of things to talk about today about the expanded fire zone and also NHD, how you navigate it in this kind of difficult time. So, John, go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. John Wax from SNAP NHD, Natural Hazard Disclosure Reports. Yeah, there have been changes. The changes came in on the 24th of last month, and it expanded the CAL FIRE local responsibility maps. Over 30% increase in the very high and high fire severity zones in California. Just to let you know, I went through 5 cities to find out if there's been expansion. Alhambra has increased. Monterey Park has increased. Arcadia has increased. Not in San Gabriel and not in Temple City. So those 5 cities, which you guys do a lot of business in, I wanted to specifically address those. We'll go into more detail because I have a class on the 30th, but I wanted to let you know, how have they changed? They've increased. And were there areas where you wouldn't think it would be in a fire zone? Now it has expanded. And it's not just along the foothills, not in the mountains, unincorporated areas. These are now and they moved into the cities because they're trying to protect against those ambers that flew hundreds of feet and caught fire of other properties that may have been home hardened and defensible space, but the embers they couldn't protect against. Okay, the next question is the FHDS card form required for all transactions when properties are in the high or very high fire severity zone? The answer is no. There are 3 exceptions to that. One is vacant land. A TDS is not required. If property's in a high or very high fire severity zone, a TDS required, and the property is 1 to 4 units, that's how you figure out defensible space. And for home hardening, they add if it's built prior to 2010. In 2010, the building codes changed. So anything that was added on or built was built within those guidelines. And so home hardening was in place. The other thing, if a property is a probate, TDS is not required. And lastly, if the property is in a trust, if both trustees have passed away, you do not have to fill out the form. If one of them is alive, you do have to fill out the form. Okay? Does a seller of a property in a high or very high fire severity zone require to get the AB 38 inspection and compliance documentation? Not in LA County. There are 2 counties up north that require it. Before close of sale or point of sale, it is Truckee and Paradise. They're both up north. Paradise, they're still trying to rebuild, but those are the only 2 counties in California that require it to be done before close of escrow. You can put it on the buyer, and the buyer agrees that he will get the inspection and compliance done within 1 year after close of escrow to avoid delays in closing escrow. And we'll go through that on the 30th. Okay. Does the seller, okay, let's see. How do you know? Okay, so that's the fire stuff. How do you find out about supplemental taxes? Well, all the companies have a estimator in the reports. I recommend you go to our website. At the very top, it says estimator. You click on that. You put we don't know what the price is. We just know the address. So you put the address, the price, and the month estimated close. In seconds, 1 to 2 supplemental bills, depending on what time of year it is, will appear, plus the full tax for next year. It's very accurate. It mirrors the assessor's office. Okay, as far as that goes. Oh, I just lost my notes here. Okay. Is an environmental report required? No, an environmental report is not required, but recommended. Example, I was working with the broker, the manager over there at the Arcadia Coldwell Banker office years ago. And I kept telling her, get the premium report. She always got the standard. And what happened was she did get a property that was in the middle of the block. On one side was a mechanic shop, and on the other side was a cleaner's. Both of them had underground contaminated sites, that there were tanks underneath. And if she had gotten the report, she would have known of their existence, number one. But number two, she would have known that where she could go to get more information. It turned out that they were both the containers, the contaminants ate through the containers and were moving towards the property she was selling. I don't know what the outcome was, but if you order the report up front, you have this information and you're giving them the most information possible in order to protect you and all parties to the transaction. You want to get it. It's a little bit more, but it's peace of mind and it protects you and your broker. Okay. And then lastly, what is the Fortress Fire report? Okay. The NHC reports, they're great about pinpointing where this property is located and giving you an in-out determination and an explanation of what the fire hazard is. The wildfire disclosure report is a tool for you to figure out what the risk is, wildfire risk is on a property. It's detailed. It gives you advice as how to go about making the house home hardened, getting rid of a bad roof, a deck, anything around the house, because it's a satellite view of the property within the last 6 months. It also tells you the current risk. It gives you different aspects of the different type of fire accelerants on a property. And then it also tells you what or how many trees to remove, how many bushes to remove. It gives you a lot of detail. It's a way to help you know exactly what's in the mind of an insurance company. And it doesn't guarantee insurance, but it is a tool for you to find out how much it is. At 140 more, a lot of them, or a lot of the NHC companies have it. We're the only one that goes directly to Fortress Fire and processes. The other companies have a questionnaire. What's the roof type? What's the siding? We don't do that. We go directly to them, it processes, and then it comes back to you. It's the best kind of way to know exactly what's going on with the property. But like I said, it's just something that it's a tool to help you. It's a roadmap to wildfire risk. I'm your consultant. I really appreciate working with you. If we haven't worked together, I look forward to speaking to you. I get calls all the time. Michelle and a lot of your agents, I'm here as your resource, and I've been doing this over 30 years. I'm blessed to be a part of this office for so many years, and I just want to help you guys. And my biggest tip, I'm not wearing it, but wear your badges, because when you're out there in the public, people will come up to you and ask you how the real estate market is, and that's a really good tool. Advertising yourself without having to speak. People will come up to you, they can say your name, they feel more comfortable, right?
Right.
But thank you, Peter.
Very good, John. Let me make it clear. You said you recommend environmental phase 1?
No, not phase 1. It's a check. We go through there. We look at the solid waste, leaking, underground tanks. We also do the Superfund sites, which is the groundwater. There's one right there at Main Street and Garfield. It's a school because they use certain fertilizers and stuff in the ground when they're doing their gardens and stuff. So these are things that are monitored, and we get that information and then we give it to you in a report form.
Okay, you report that, but you said that it's not. The environmental report is not required, but you recommend it. So which report?
No, not the report, not that report. The environmental. I'll say ours is an environmental check.
Okay.
Check website.
Mm-hmm.
Check. If it comes back that it is one of the contaminants, then you might want to go farther and consult an environmental specialist, because we don't go to the property. They go to the property and check it out. And in those cases, it's commercial. That really requires that stuff.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
My information is in the chat.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's all the affiliates. Anybody who came in late who want to speak?
Can we ask John a question?
Franco, yeah.
Okay, John, you said that the TDS is not required if both people are dead. And then you said if there's one survivor. Well, I came upon a situation where the husband and wife were divorced, but they were both still on title. And it was not required of him to fill out the TDS because he wasn't living on the property. Is that correct?
I don't know the exact, no, what it is it deals with the trust itself. It doesn't deal with the divorce. It deals with the trust. Trustees, the trustors, the one who the trust is put together for, those have to pass away. In divorce, it could be different in a divorce situation.
Franco.
Yes, sir.
If I'm not mistaken, even if you are not living in that property, if you are the trustee, you have the duty to be cognizant of what's happening in the property. So you are still not exempt from the TDS.
Okay.
Unless you
All
pass
right.
away too, you know.
Yes.
I mean, if it is a successor trustee who never managed the property, who never live on the property, then you don't have to file the TDS. Okay.
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 Thank you.
All
Okay.
right. Thank you. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. As you know that the CRE win. The class that we have a 10-week class to get into commercial real estate. This week will be the 4th class, and it's going on well in full force. And George Bass is very serious about it, and he got a lot of information. Last week he did not send us the email follow up on what kind of homework we have to do and what kind of pre-work we have to do. But today he realized that he didn't send it last week, so he sent it to me. Or I'm sure that they sent it to all the participants in the class. So there's a lot of things that you have to do a homework and also prepare for the class for this Wednesday, which is going to be at 10 o'clock this Wednesday. And it's a very informational class. And also for those who are registered for the class, they do take attendance, okay? And attendance is very important to get your certificate of the Coldwell Banker commercial designation. You have to attend at least 80% of the classes. So, and I think Josh is very serious about it. So don't miss any class if you can help it. And if you really have an emergency and really cannot attend, please send him an email and ask him what he can do to catch up with the class. Okay? And there
Peter,
will be.
Can I
Yes?
say one thing?
Yeah.
If you're using my login, my name, I don't know who you are and I can't email Josh. Some of you have contacted me and told me who you are, but please, if you're using my name, change the name so I can at least make sure you get credit for the class. Or email me and tell me you were there.
Can you show them how from right there? You can.
So if you don't know how, Jimmy said to show you. I don't know if you can see, but there's 3 buttons up here. And then you just put rename. And then like Peter's here, so I'm going to put Michelle Olson. It's very simple. Because you could miss getting credit. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, we're taking attendance, believe it or not. Okay.
Peter, excuse me, I have a question.
Yeah.
So we have the commercial class this Wednesday?
Yes, this Wednesday,
I
10
don't have
o'clock.
my schedule. Okay, well, thank you. 10 a.m., right?
Yeah.
10
What?
10 a.m.
10 a.m. Yes.
For
That's
some
correct.
reason, I don't have it on my schedule. Thank you for talking about it.
All right. And there will be no training this Friday because this Friday is Good Friday, and Michelle wants to take a little break. So there won't be any training, but we will resume training next week. Okay. All right. Any more announcement, Michelle?
No, not from me. Thank you.
Okay. And at this time, is Doug Meyer in the audience? If you want to say something. I guess not. No, he's not. Okay.
He's out of town.
He's the what?
Out of town.
Oh, out of town. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know that. Okay. All right. And okay, I have some deals, or actually listing and new escrows. We have a lot of listing. We have 8 new listings, and those are mostly pretty good. In the near, mostly are from the sales, buy and sales, and there's a couple of leases. And also we have 12 12 escrows in escrow. And that's very good. Okay, let me go through the listing first. Christine Fan has two leases. One in Alhambra, actually both of them are Alhambra. One is for $2,250 per month. And also the other one's also $2,250 per month. And then Alden Lai has a residence in Hesperia for $618,000. Lily Yun has a residence in St. Demas for $1.568 million. Michael Chan has a residence in San Gabriel for $825,000. And Nina and Tatiana has 3 condos in Monterey, two more in Monterey Park and one in Alhambra for $700,000, $1.4 million, and $700,000. Pretty good. They're all good listings and in a good area too. As for the escrow, we have 12 of them. Pretty good. And our TC is working very hard lately on those sales. The first one is Antonio Rodriguez for residence in Los Angeles for $729,000. And Shimei Cam has a commercial lease for $2.044 million in the Monterey Park. Christine Fan has a commercial lease of $45,600. Nina, she and Tatiana has 4 condos in escrow. One is for $850,000 and the other $938,000, $698,000, and $1.4 million. So they're pretty good. Nina and Tatiana is working very good as a team, and they are selling the condos like pancakes. Believe it or not, every week they have at least 4 condos in escrow, and that is very good. Actually, the project by James Chow in Alhambra is selling very good. Those are nice condos that are over $1 million, and they are selling it very nicely. So that's a very good thing to do. And congratulations, Nina and Tatiana. And then we have Ruben and Sunshine that was a residence in West Covina, $737,000. Rose Areas and have a mobile home for $737,000 in the Rosemead. And Richard Wang has a commercial lease for $1.04 million. So that's another big commercial lease. As I said, always that the commercial lease are sometimes very lucrative and it's very easy to do, and there's sometimes it's quick money. So this is one of the examples. Richard Wang is doing a very good job in getting the commercial leases. And then we have Alden Lai, it's a condo in the Roland Heights, $890,000. Lastly, but not the least, is Helen Lee has a residence in Altadena for $810,000. So all these 12 escrows, nice escrow, and I don't anticipate too much of a problem with it. So congratulations to all those who open escrow. Thank you very much. Okay, any additional listing or sales that I have not mentioned that you want to supplement, and any change in price or drop in price that you want to mention, or anything that you want to share?
Yes, we have one here.
Yes.
Yeah, my listing in Arleta, I'm gonna drop the price probably like 50,000. I'm meeting with the sellers tomorrow, and they agreed to it.
Oh, which area? Quan?
Arleta. The address is. Oh, give me 1 second. 9472 Wooddale Avenue, Arleta, and I'll be having open house this weekend as well.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Very good. Anybody else? No? Okay, wow, good. All right, then I will share my topic today. I'm gonna talk about the multiple listing option for sellers. Lately, the MLS come up with additional listing options for sellers. They have been working on it for a long time already, and this has been the project they've been really serious about it. And finally, last week they officially rolled it out, and then it's available to the sellers. As you know, that the MLS take very much pride in what we call the clear cooperation policy, and as you know, this is designed to promote fairness, transparency, and cooperation among real estate professionals, and also it ensures that all the MLS participants have equal access to properties listing, and that the sellers benefit from the broadest possible exposure of their properties. And we have been working, and they're very serious about it, and they levy extensive penalty if somebody violates this rule. And as you are very familiar with the policy of the MLS, that if you start publicly market your property, you have to put in the MLS 1 day after the public marketing. Now, if you don't, if you get caught a violation, it's a hefty penalty. So you have to pay very careful attention to that requirement. Now, but then they realize that sometimes the sellers do not want to put that in the property into the public marketing immediately. So they come up with what could they call the delay listing, which I will talk about a little bit now. Now this policy does not change the main part of the CCP at all. You still have to abide by the rule that once you public market the property, you have to put it in the MLS 1 day and 1 business day after the public marketing, and so that everybody, the general public, will see your property, and so they have transparency as well as fairness for your marketing, and also you can still market it one-on-one, or you can do the in-office marketing. But once you put the public marketing, you have to do it 1 day. You have to put it in the MLS 1 day after you put it into the public marketing. Now, what is this new option? The new option now is called the delayed marketing exempt listings. This means that seller can instruct their listing agent to delay the marketing of their listing by other agents outside of the listing firm through the IDX and the syndication for a period of time as determined by the local MLS. As you know, that all your listing, once you're listed in the MLS, the MLS dissipate into the public through the IDX system, which is a very extensive system. It goes all over the state, and it's very powerful. And also the syndication too. When they have syndicate with other platforms, they also do it feed automatically into the syndication, so that your property will be exposed, maximally exposed to all the possible buyers and sellers. Okay, so in this case, it's just other options that you can delay the marketing for a period of time, telling the MLS that say, hey, I don't want to go to the general public. I just wanted to be marketed intra-office or between the brokers. So that is what the delay marketing exempt listing is all about. And but in order to do that, you have to have a signed disclosure documenting that the seller's informed consent to waive or delay the benefits of immediate public marketing through IDX and syndication. In other words, you sign an agreement with the seller and saying that, hey, you know, seller, you normally we market it through the public, through the IDX, and also the syndication. But now you have the option to do it a limited fashion. Instead of going to everybody, you just go to the office, the local office, and also within the brokers who are the subscriber or the participant in the MLS system. So it's a more limited exposure instead of a general exposure. But you do have to get the consent of the seller and make sure that the sellers are aware of the risk and benefit of such limited marketing. Okay, and the question is that what does it mean? Does it mean that the CCP has changed? Actually, the main thing of the CCP did not change at all. You still have to abide by the rule that once you go public, you have to put it in the MLS listing 1 day after the public marketing. So the CCP did not change at all. It just have another option. So that's a kind of an amendment to the CCP and give you another option. Now, as you know, you still have the in-office exclusive, you know, which is another option that you have. You remember that when you would have the office exclusive, that means within your brokerage, you can talk to your fellow agents and saying that, hey, you know, have a pocket listing and dissipate information to them intra-office. That means inside the office. But as soon as you go to the public, then you have to abide by the CCP, which means that you have to put that into the MLS 1 day after the public marketing. And so this delay exam listing is the same. It's very similar to the office exclusive, but the extent is a little bit it's different. The office exclusive, which is only limited to your own office. You know, for example, if you are in the High-10 Partners Inc., and you only can do it in among the George Realty, the agents. But for the limited extended exam listing, which is a new option, you can market it to the other brokerage of the brokers, as long as they are the participant and the subscriber of the MLS. And so you can dissipate the information to the brokerage outside your own company, as long as the outside brokers are also the subscriber and participant of the MLS system locally. Okay, so that's a difference between the office exclusive office listing and also the limited option listing. Now, who has the authority to decide whether to delay marketing of a listing? Of course, the seller. The seller has all the authority. Now, it's not up to the agents. You know, it's up to the seller. But in order to get the seller to agree to it, you have to do the disclosure with the seller, and after explaining all the risk and benefit, and after they realize that this is a limited exposure to the public, and this is a limited marketing device, and they have to agree to that, and they have to sign the agreement. Now, how's the days on the market? You know, if you use that this option, how is the day on the market defined? Well, the MLS did not have a verified definition of the day on the market if you list it in that fashion. So they have not decided whether they really count it. You know, when you change the listing to the normal listing. So it's really up to the local, the MLS, to define that later. I'm sure this is kind of new product. I'm sure that later on they have a lot of refinements, but as of right now they're silent as to what the days on the market is. If you put it on that kind of listing. And also they don't track about the price changes history, and then they would decide later on whether they want to keep that to monitor that or not. So it's still up in the air. Now, how does it impact on the CCP? It does not impact on the CCP much at all. The CCP still require that if you market to the public, you have to put that into MLS within 1 business days from the public marketing. And this rule has not changed. So you better adhere to this rule, the very strictly, and so that you don't have the violation. Once if you have the violation, it's a hefty penalty. Okay, so remember that. If you choose this option, you can still market it to the other MLS participant and subscriber through the MLS platform so that they can inform their consumers about the profit. So this is actually a limited marketing device. And can brokers share information about delay marketing exempt listing with other consumer during the delay marketing periods? Yes, the answer is yes. Yeah, you can do it with the other broker as long as they are the participant or the subscriber of the MLS. But in order to do that, you have to get a disclosure agreement signed too. And now, if once as soon as they put it in the public facing website, then it becomes public marketing, and you're not allowed to do that. If they are restricted to the private website within their own brokerage and within their own office, it's okay. But as soon as they have dissipate the information to public, then it's not allowed. Okay. Can the seller and the listing broker advertise that delay marketing exempt listing on other website in addition to the listing the broker's website? As I said, yes, you can. You can do that as long as the broker is the participant and subscriber of the MLS. What about the virtual office website? A lot of brokerage, they have their own virtual office website display because they want to market their own listing or their own information throughout their own brokerage. The answer is yes. If it is a VOW, which is the virtual office website, it's okay. But they must the VOW displays must meet all the requirements set forth in the NAR MLS policy. So make sure that it is really the VOW allowed by the NAR or MLS policy. Okay. And okay, what kind of terms are included in the disclosure certification? Well, very simple. You just have to explain all the benefit, risk and benefit of the listing option, and then you clearly explain it to the seller that they are waiving the extensive marketing because it is a limited marketing. It's not a full marketing to the public. As long as they are realizing that and want to waive that privilege, then that is okay. Then they have to sign it and include it into in the agreement. Yeah, but whether you have to file with the MLS, the answer is still silent because right now each MLS or local MLS has a discretion in how to enforce their policy and rules. So they have not said anything about whether the disclosure agreement has to be given to the local MLS, which they will have the final word later after they implement the options a little bit, because it's pretty new. So a lot of things that they haven't encountered, and then I'm sure that they will amend the requirements and along the way. Okay, the implication is that for this is that for members they have option. They instead of full marketing, they have a limited fashion to market the property in a limited way, and also give the seller some option. And for the buyers, agents, they have more listing to share, because normally this kind of information will be withheld from them. If it is just for the exclusive office exclusive listing. But now they have other options to get into the information if the other brokers will disclose to them that some of the listing marketed in a limited fashion. Now for the brokerage firm will be able to offer additional marketing option to the consumer in a manner consistent with their needs and interests. So it's a win-win situation for everybody, and I think that's this is a good product. Now, what about these changes mean for the MLS? Actually, this didn't have much change for the MLS. As you know, that this CCP is still valid and in full force. You still have to file the listing with the MLS within 1 business day from the public hearing. I mean, public marketing, not hearing. If you have any questions, you can always call the MLS, and they can explain it to you and further information, and give you further information. So and I'm just trying to reiterate what they have to do. In order to get this kind of limited exposure, you have to do the disclosure and sign the agreement and give the disclosure to the seller. Now, can you if you are the agent, can you choose to delay marketing of a listing on behalf of the seller without asking the seller's consent of disclosure? That answer is definitely no. You have to keep the seller abreast of the situation and also get their consent in order to do that. Otherwise, you'll be a violation of your fiduciary duty, and you get into a lot of trouble. Okay.
Peter, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, Rebecca. Yes.
Okay, remember we used to do like pocket listings before this? That was like illegal, right? This is not the
No,
same.
the pocket listing is not illegal. As long as you confine it to your office, intra-office, that's fine. But now you even have additional leverage now, because you can do this. You can choose this option and even give it to the other brokers outside your company.
Okay, great.
But
Okay.
not to the general public, so the general public doesn't know. Only the broker or the agents who are in the member of the MLS can know that information. Okay, Rebecca?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and this is the time frame that I just summarized it for you. And if you have any question regarding the time frame, you can just look at this picture and decide for yourself. Okay. All right, that's all I had to share for you today. And is there any questions about what I have just said?
Peter,
This is a useful marketing device. So,
Peter, I have a question. You sent out an email blast the other day from the NRA regarding something about Zillow and the CAR, saying that they weren't gonna Zillow wasn't gonna market the properties on off CAR or something like that. Was that true, or is that something, did I hear different?
Did I send out an email like that? I don't
No,
think I
that
sent out
was
email.
somebody else,
Oh,
not
okay, I'm
Peter.
sorry. Yeah, I think that was an email blast from Carr.
Yeah,
It was like
Oh, okay.
regarding that.
yeah, Zillow's not gonna, market properties, I guess, if they're not on the MLS.
They're not in there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's,
yeah.
Come in the
Mhm.
MLS within 24 hours or something like
Yeah.
that. I did hear about that.
yeah,
Then they weren't going to.
yeah, and then Zillow's not gonna market them, is
Yeah.
what was sent out. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that was it.
Anything else? Yeah, they might, the rules and regulations changing all the time. So you have to be aware of that, and then you keep it because it's once you get a violation in MLS, it's very hard to shake it off, and I don't want it to be fined,
impossible.
sometimes they fine you $250. One time they said they fined the company $1,000 for using some unauthorized pictures or photos, and then it's
Gotta be
very hard to
careful.
shake it off. They are very serious about enforcing it.
Yeah.
Television is the same way too.
Okay. I just want to get you informed so that you know what's going on with the MLS. They are rolling out, and if you have any question at all, you can always call them up, and they have a lot of discussion and clarification around in some of their meetings too. So, okay.
thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
anything with timing?
Yes, I have something. The earthquake we felt was a 6.7.
Wow.
Wow.
It's 3 miles from San Diego County Estates.
Wow.
And I'm looking at the picture, and I put it on my Instagram and Facebook, but it looks like it went all the way out to Utah,
Wow.
Nevada, Mexico,
Wow.
Arizona, and Northern California. I didn't feel it.
I didn't feel it.
It must have bypassed my house, but I didn't feel it at all.
Yeah, I felt it. I
Well,
felt it here in our
I
house.
got the alert.
We got the alert, but did not feel it.
I did not feel it. It's weird. It's so weird.
Yeah, I felt it for a few seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a few seconds and whatnot, but that was kind of weird just before I was ready to speak, huh?
Yeah.
You made an earthquake.
Yeah,
That's my lead-in from now on.
So
before I
John,
speak.
John,
What's that? Yeah.
John,
Yes.
is there any impact for your NHD?
Well, yeah, we'll give you the earthquake fault zones. So that's the best way to know it. And then also liquefaction landslide, that's dealt with earthquake insurance as well. So that's how you protect yourself. Earthquake insurance.
So that's in the general terms,
yeah,
right?
It's in our regular report. You'll get that information. This stuff, maybe there's a new fault line. We have to wait until it becomes adopted, and then we can put it in the report.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime. I'm here for you.
Okay. Anything else you want to share, everybody?
Yes, me.
Happy Easter.
Hi. Happy Easter. I wanted to ask you, the commercial classes have already begun. And so if I did not join it and I want to join it, when are you going to have it repeat again?
It's they have twice a year, so you have to wait 6 months.
6 months. Okay, no biggie. Thank you.
All right, sure, you're welcome. All right, anything else?
Just have a wonderful Holy Week.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's Easter Sunday, huh?
Easter Sunday, yeah.
All right, all right. Okay.
Okay.
And now the adjourned meeting, and I say everybody have a nice
Thank
week.
you.
See you
Yeah,
Thank you. Have a great week.
I'm here for
Thank
you.
you,
I'm
John.
working.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Take care.
Yeah.